Остроица по Москве.
Острее, Москва, острее.
Появились. Значит, вступ Москвы. Я закончил.
So I completed the
4. У меня 2 миллиметра.
click check of the big volume. So delta is 0 after 5 minutes. So it is not leaking. Copy.
Дальше по какому пункту?
So what is the next step for me? 7.6, Moscow.
Далее работаете по пункту 7.6 на БВП из ОБ.
Yes, that's correct. 7.6
Принял.
Is the repress from the station. Okay, I'm closing to then standby 1. I'm standing by.
Is the station on 2 for timeline?
Go ahead on 2 for timeline.
We're talking with our Russian colleagues, and they seem to be a little bit behind on the timeline for the hatch opening. The docking was a little bit late, so it might have consequences for us. We're being told at 14:35 for the hatch opening.
Продолжайте работать пункт 7.6 на БВП из ОБ.
Continue performing step 7.6.
Понял, пункт 7.6.
Copies step 7.6. Repress.
Okay, we copy. That's the first we heard in that time. And we'll,
KVD is closed, and I am opening vestibule pressure monitoring valve KVD.
It's just a guesstimate. Nothing official.
I'm sending S5 command.
To be happening.
Принято.
Copy.
While I've got you, could we have somebody check the cables on the Node 1 camcorder? That's our next troubleshooting step.
Там что-то не в порядке, скажи мне взять планшет.
So do you need me to retrieve my tablet? So I'm sending S5, KVD SOB.
Принято.
Copy.
Через минуту отключаю.
I will deactivate it after 1 minute. That's affirmed.
Минут прошла, включаю.
After 1 minute, switching it off. The pressure is 749.
737.
It is 737 in SA.
Принято.
Copy.
Время закрытия КВД СОБ. Какое у вас было?
When did you close KVD SOB valve? At what time?
16:55, 30.
16:55, 30. Copy.
Продолжаем работать по 68-й странице, пункт 7.7.
Continue to step 7.7 at page 68.
Принял пункт 7.7.
Step 7.
Так, перейти в БО, открыть ККС.
Point 7. I'm opening KKS and BO, small cavity valve, and take measurements after 3 minutes. We confirm.
Острый, ожидаем от вас первый замер.
At 3, we're standing by for the first measurement reading.
Открыл ККС.
KKS is open.
16.
For the time 16:57.
Давление
The
сейчас
pressure is 755. How copy?
Принято.
Copy.
Остается по Москву.
Austria, MCC Moscow.
Давление 700.
The pressure is 755.
Принято.
Copy.
И по готовности можно
And
двух скафандров на сушу.
once you are ready,
This is Mission Control Houston. This view of the International Space Station Flight Control Room here at Mission Control Houston, as flight controllers are in the midst of a shift handover, working with their Russian counterparts half a world away at the Russian Mission Control Center in the town of Korolyov outside of Moscow. Aboard the Soyuz MS-19 spacecraft that docked to the International Space Station about an hour and 40 minutes ago, Soyuz Commander Anton Shkaplerov, the veteran Russian cosmonaut now making his fourth flight into space, Russian actress Yulia Peresильd and her producer-director Klim Shipенko are in the process of conducting leak checks on their side of the docking interface between the Soyuz and the Rosviet module on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station. Shkaplerov manually docked the Soyuz to Rosviet at 7:22 a.m. Central Time, 8:22 a.m. Eastern Time, taking over manual control of the flying of the Soyuz from the Corps' automated rendezvous system due to some communications issues that cropped up during final approach. Nothing significant. Shkaplerov was able to guide the Soyuz in to a smooth docking, after which the docking probe retracted, hooks on both sides of the docking interface closed, and a hard mate was established. The leak checks are, in fact, continuing. We're about 35 minutes away from the opening of the hatch between the Soyuz and the Rosviet module that will enable the three new inhabitants of the International Space Station to board the complex and be greeted by the Expedition 65 crew led by the new station commander Thomas Pesquet.
that's right. After 3 minutes, the pressure is holding stable. It's 755. Copy. I am closing KKS valve. Copy.
Дальше 7-8.
So, should I proceed to 7-8? Step 7-8? Yes, but after you're standing by for the repress of the vestibule, and it's going to be 10 minutes. Right, it's set 16:55:30. So you need to.
We mentioned a moment ago that Thomas Pesquet of the European Space Agency took over command of the International Space Station yesterday from Japanese astronaut Aki Hoshide. Let's turn the clock back about 24 hours and take a look at that change of command ceremony that took place on board the International Space Station, making Pesquet the first Frenchman to command the international outpost.
Today we are gathered here for the change of command ceremony. During the past 5 months, I had the honor and privilege to serve as the International Space Station commander. During these 5 months, we had, in addition to all the experiments, the science that we did, we had multiple successful EVAs and a lot of cargo vehicles coming, going. And we had a lot of maintenance and also upgrades. And thank you all for working together and making this team such a great team with all these achievements. Oleg, Piotr, Mark, Shane, Megan, and Thomas. You guys are amazing. I couldn't be happier than being a member of this team. So thank you. And for the folks on the ground, every single one of you in Houston, Huntsville, Munich, Tsukuba, and Moscow, thank you for your help, your support, your hard work, and dedication. And throughout all the agencies supporting the International Space Station program, we could not have done such a great work without your help. And so it is my honor to give Thomas Pesquet the key to the International Space Station. And Thomas, you've been an amazing crewmate, and you're going to be a superb commander. So congratulations.
Thank you, sir. All right, thanks, Aki. I think the whole crew is going to join me to thank you for everything you did during those 5 months in increment Expedition 65. You've led us every day, always smiling, always being positive, always being in a good mood, and you've clearly, I think, prioritized our common goals and well-being above your own. And I think you've lost a few hours of sleep in the process. You have this uncanny ability to, whenever help is needed on the space station, you just materialize out of thin air, no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing. But you always show up and always, with such a positive attitude that it rubbed off on us, and sometimes diffused the frustration that can build up when you're struggling with a difficult task. So thanks a lot for that. So like you said, we've had also a couple of challenging operational situations during Expedition 65. We went through them very safely, so you're no stranger to that. So thanks, Aki. So I have big shoes to fill. You took a lot of pressure off me by doing such a fantastic job that I don't even have to think about doing better than you, because it's not humanly possible. But yeah, thanks for being an example and an inspiration. I want to say a few words about everybody else on the team, because I've had the pleasure to serve under Shane as a commander of Expedition 50, and of course on the Crew Dragon. Oleg was my commander on the Soyuz last time I flew to space. Mark and Megan have had leadership positions within the astronaut office, so I've learned a lot from all of you guys on the ground and up here every day. So I'm hugely thankful for that, honestly, and I'm looking forward now that it's my turn to try to do a good job to keep the mission safe, achieve our operational goals, and come back to our loved ones healthy and happy. So those are the goals. I want to say how proud I am as well to represent my country up here. There is no doubt in my mind that my career path and my opportunities owe a great deal to the leading and active role that France has always played in aerospace and in space exploration in particular, whether it be in its own name since 1962 with CNES, the French Space Agency, first Western European in space in '82, and lots of other flights, and of course within ESA since the very beginning. Merci à tous les décideurs, tous les ingénieurs et tous les actifs du secteur spatial. Si aujourd'hui je deviens le premier Français commandant d'un véhicule spatial, c'est en grande partie à vous que je le dois, donc j'espère qu'on peut s'en réjouir ensemble. Lastly, I want to say a few words about the ops team, the training team, medical team, and all the support functions on the ground. Because we're talking about the change of command up here on the space station, but there's a lot of leadership within the flight control team. There's a lot of brain power, obviously, on the ground, and a lot of people work really hard every day for us to come up here and do what we do. So I was thinking about it the other day, and you guys actually try to keep us safe, make us successful, and keep us happy. So it's kind of the definition of what it is to love someone, brotherly love, fatherly love, to care enough so that you want people to be safe, successful, and happy. So it seems like you guys love us, and it might fit the cultural stereotype, but it's no surprise that the words of love would come from a Frenchman from space. I think we all love you back, so thank you for everything you're doing. So that was a lot of words, but I think we have work to do. So looking forward to be the commander of all of you awesome individuals, and I think we can bring it in and do Expedition 65 on 3. 1, 2, 3, Expedition 65! Thanks.
Station Munich on 2 for Aki and Thomas. Aki, I think that I can speak for everybody when all communicators in saying that it's been an honor working with you these months and seeing your leadership and how you brought your team together, both on the ground and in space. So thank you very, very much. It's been really an honor. And for Thomas, je ne pourrais pas être plus heureux que ce soit tout, à nous représenter tout à l'ESA et en Europe, dans cette aventure extraordinaire que tu t'apprêtes à saisir. Nous sommes convaincus que tu apporterais ton style et ta compétence au quotidien dans ce grand rôle que tu viens d'assumer. Je suis sûr, et ici j'ajoute quelque chose de plus personnel, que cette aventure ajoutera de merveilleux souvenirs à ton expérience en tant qu'astronaute. Et finalement, travailler avec toi me rend fier, mais être ton ami est un privilège. Bonne chance.
Merci Lucas pour ces mots qui nous touchent. Thanks Lucas for those words. And it is a privilege being your friend, and I'm going to see you on the ground very soon. We'll all see you. We'll be happy. Take good care. See you soon. Thanks for everything.
And that was Monday's change of command ceremony aboard the International Space Station, enabling Thomas Pesquet of the European Space Agency to take over the reins of the command of the International Outpost from Aki Hoshide of the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. While you were in the process of watching that, we continue to listen and follow along as the Soyuz MS-19 crew, Anton Shkaplerov, Russian actress Yulia Peresild, and her producer-director Klim Shipенko continue a methodical leak check on their side of the docking interface, the hatchway between the Soyuz and the International Space Station's Rassvet module. We are expecting hatch opening to be somewhere in the neighborhood of about 30 minutes from now, as they work their way through the leak checks, making sure that pressure is equalized on both sides of the docking interface. So we'll stand by. We'll listen along as the crew talks to the Russian flight controllers of the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Moscow, and stand by for the opening of the hatches, the greetings between the Expedition 65 crew and the newly arrived Soyuz crew, and a short welcoming ceremony.
What did you say? And you can open it here. That's right. Okay, and we found it. These are the preserves.
Так, все аккуратно, что видишь, как летает.
Yeah, be careful. You see how everything starts floating if you're not careful.
Будешь это? Нет, пока ничего.
Do you want this one? No, not. I don't want anything right now. Let's open the hatches, and then we can go about our business and do whatever we need to do. Astray, the first 5 minutes are down, and the pressure is 754. Copy, Anton. And once you are ready, we wanted to let you know what steps you need to perform to deactivate the vehicle. Are you ready to write the recommendations down? Yes, please stand by one. Okay, go ahead. I am ready for the Soyuz deactivation. It's going to be orbital flight, pages 25-38, and that's going to be step 4.
Так, страница 25.
Page 25 through 38, step 4. Okay.
Это один пункт?
So is it just one step?
Да, это один пункт.
Yes.
Пункт консервации.
Basically, vehicle deactivation.
Я еще и писать пока хочу.
Are you trying to offer me juice?
Сюда сразу.
Because I don't think I should be drinking anything right now.
Так, дальше. Готов принять, Антон?
Я боюсь его открыть, что он выльется.
And I'm so worried that if I open the juice, it's going to escape.
Ты вылетишь, я залечу, прикроем люк, и ты сходишь в туалет.
И переоденусь, да? Хорошо, главное...
So, and you can actually, once we open the hatches, you will be able to change and do everything else to get ready. So don't worry. Just wait for a little bit.
Было 754, я помню.
And the pressure was 754, I remember. Good girl.
Russian flight controllers talking to Russian actress Yulia Peresильd aboard the Soyuz spacecraft, basically advising her and her crewmates to take it methodically as they work to equalize the pressure. Everything going smoothly with that procedure that will lead to the pressurization of the vestibule, the small passageway between the Soyuz and the Rassvet module, and the opening of the hatch to the International Space Station some 25 minutes from now. Once that hatch is open and the crew has an opportunity to conduct a welcoming ceremony, they'll move into a standard safety briefing that is common practice for all arriving crew members on board the International Outpost. Peresильd and Shipенko will waste no time beginning to shoot scenes on board in the Russian segment of the station, part of the 12 days of movie making that they intend to perform in support of the movie Challenge that they're shooting on board the International Space Station.
P1 needs to be changed to P3. Papa 1 to Papa 3.
P3. Так, секунду.
Please stand by 1. That's going to be on page 35. Yes, 35, and that's step 4.3.
Так, подождите.
Please, hold on. Stand by 1, because I am digging through all the books right now.
Я наблюдаю.
Okay, I see that.
И что вы сказали?
And what did you say?
Патрон P1.
P1 cartridge. You need to change it out with P cartridge 3. Copy.
Так, а подскажите, где у нас P3?
And where is P3 located? Do you have any information as far as where it is located?
Спасибо.
Let us check. And thank you in advance, Moscow. I'll be very grateful. While we are still looking for the location of the cartridge.
Так, что касается межмодульной вентиляции.
For the from MRM-1 to the Soyuz, the ventilation in the modules needs to be set up this way. So you move a foot. Okay, so for the intramodular ventilation with the vehicle and MRM-1. Is that right? So, take 2 units, AFOT 2M.
Так, AFOT 2M.
Okay, AFOT 2M from MRM-1 with the barcode of... Are you ready to write it down? I am. So it's 00710 000 710 81 R. Like as in Romeo. Hold on, my pencil floated away. And these are wipes, that's for trash, guys.
Не, записываю информацию.
What you doing? I am writing down the updates from Moscow. So what's the barcode one more time? The barcode is 0007101R, as in Romeo. Okay. That's for 2M, which is an MRM-1, and it needs to be moved to the orbital module. That is right. So you move it to your Soyuz. Understood. And then from there as well, you take BMP number 13 with 3 IPK mass. BMP number 19, or did you say 13? It's 19, 1-9. Okay, BMP number 13, 19 plus 3 IPK gas mass. Also from MRM-1. Okay. Yes, everything is from MRM-1. And about the cartridge number 3, go ahead. Cartridge is in behind a closeout panel. It's in BO, in Servant. In Servant. Okay. And they should be marked appropriately. There is P2, P3, and P4 cartridges there. Okay. And you want us to switch them out, right? So P1 from SI needs to be taken out, and you need to install P3 there. Okay, I copy. And the plastic that you use to cover. So you just take your flight suit from there.
Остается по Москве.
Да, готов сейчас сделать 10-минутный замер, пока вам писал.
Да, подтверждаю.
Минутку. Ты уже пошла в туалет? Подожди, я замер сделаю, там 5 минут, я думаю. Да, что? Как тебе удобнее? Цубавская МКС канале времени. Значит, 10-минутный замер. 17, давление 754. Как приняли?
Принято.
How copy? The pressure is 754. And guys, you need to perform the 15-minute measurement.
Все верно. Значит.
That's right, 754.
Принято.
And for the deactivation of the...
Сейчас, секунду.
Please stand by one.
Да, слушаю вас.
And for the deactivation, you move it to Soyuz 748.
Так, подождите.
Okay, stand by.
Так, Союз МС-18.
All right. Moving on to the next page. So, Unit 2 does not need to be installed. So, in case of fire, you deactivate the ventilation in BO. All right. So, and you want us to deactivate it manually, is that correct? Affirmative. All right, I wrote it down. That's pretty much it for the deactivation of the vehicle, and you can continue working for page 68. Copy. Let me check what we have at the beginning. So it's going to be step 4 on page 35. Okay. Moscow, this is Astray. Go ahead.
Антон, вот уточняю то, что ты говорил, пункт...
So, page 36, in step 4, so 4.5 is the deactivation of GEA, and you don't want us to perform it, right? That is correct. Okay.
Я вас понял.
I copy all. Do you want me to stow it there? And there should be a little button on the side. Okay. And once you have changed out, please let us know. Юлия, could you please check what's the MV pressure currently? What's the current pressure? Copy, thank you. Moscow. This is Astray, go ahead. That's for the leak check. So 1728, and the pressure is 754. How copy? We copy.
This is Mission Control Houston. You're continuing to hear conversations between the crew on board the Soyuz MS-19. You hear their call sign being referenced by Russian flight controllers through the interpreter as Astray. That's basically Astraeus, which is Anton Shkaplerov's Soyuz call sign. They are making their way methodically through the leak checks, pressure holding nicely at the docking interface between the Soyuz and the Rassvet module of the International Space Station. The Soyuz systems have now been deactivated as the crew on board the Soyuz is edging ever so close to the point where they will open the hatch and be greeted by the Expedition 65 crew on board the International Space Station for a short welcoming ceremony. Earlier, the Soyuz crew, after docking at 7:22 a.m. Central Time, 8:22 a.m. Eastern Time, received a congratulatory call from Dmitry Rogozin, the head of the Russian space agency Roscosmos, who, along with the Russian State Commission, watched the docking from the Baikonur Hotel at the launch site in Baikonur, Kazakhstan. One of the items that will be on tap for Yulia Peresild, the Russian actress, and Klim Shippenko, her producer-director, will be to transfer their custom-made Soyuz seedliners from the Soyuz MS-19 spacecraft over to the Soyuz MS-18 spacecraft that is currently docked to the recently arrived Nauka multipurpose laboratory module. They will exchange Soyuz seedliners with Mark Vandehei and Pyotr Dubrov. Oleg Novitsky, who will command the Soyuz MS-18 back to Earth with Peresild and Shippenko. His seedliner is in place in the center seat of the Soyuz MS-18's descent module. Novitsky will be returning to Earth with Peresild and with Shippenko on October 17th for a parachute-assisted landing on the steppe of Kazakhstan. Shkaplerov remains on board the International Space Station, ultimately becoming station commander, and he will return to Earth in late March with Vandehei and Dubrov, who will have racked up some 355 days in space at the completion of their mission.
Mind his head, don't rotate his head a lot.
Station on 2 for timeline.
Hey, Megan. Good day. Just wanted to let you know that the T2 inspection, or T2 kind of exercise under supervision, we're going to shoot to do that at 1700 after the safety briefing, so you can plan your day around that.
Hey, I copy after the safety briefing. Got it. Thank you very much.
All right. Enjoy the hatch opening.
And one question for you while we're chatting real quick is the Node 3 camcorder setup indicated it should be on internal, so recording audio. Is that the intent?
Affirm. It will be recording the audio, but in private.
Okay, copy that. Thanks.
По-моему, так, правильно я сказала? Да, все правильно, да. Видимо, все-таки так, ребят. Хотя тут без 100 грамм, конечно,
Moscow, Astray. Go ahead.
Значит, на время 17.
For the time 17:33.
17:32.
17:32. The pressure is 754. Copy.
Да. Все хорошо. Все хорошо будет.
Everything will be fine.
Да, черные штучки кверху вот эти. Да, все верно, все верно. Да. Ну, левый, правый разобрал. Левый, правый разобрал, там подписаны. Там фломастером написано. Ну, сними один. Сними один, посмотри.
So you remove one. There are some marks or labeling made with felt pen.
Да. Дело привычки. Да. Оделись в 17:30.
So
45 носим, 15 отдыхаем.
17:30 is the time when you put it on. 17:30. 5:30.
Не разрешишь, надо там подсоединять. Сейчас мы узнаем, где сушка.
I will ask Moscow. Moscow, Astray.
На связи.
Go ahead.
Так, я тут переходил на бумагу. Подскажите.
So I'm now on the paper version of the ODF. So could you please tell me which page has information regarding the dryouts of spacesuit?
Сейчас, минутку.
Stand by one.
Да, спасибо.
Thank you, standing by.
Я примерно за 5 минут сообщу вам.
Да, принял, спасибо. Пусть этот оденет. Сейчас не до этого, да.
Let him put that one on. Astray, Moscow.
Да.
Go ahead.
По поводу сушки скафандра.
It's regarding the drying of spacesuit.
Страница 39, пункт 5.2.
It's orbital flight book, page 39, step 5.2. Thank you.
Мы также ожидаем от вас.
We are also standing by for the 20-minute reading from you.
This is Mission Control Houston. If you're just joining us, we're continuing to follow along as the crew on board the Soyuz MS-19, veteran cosmonaut Anton Shkaplerov, veteran Russian actress Yulia Peresильd, and her veteran Russian producer-director Klim Shipенko. They arrived at the International Space Station over 2 hours ago at 7:22 a.m. Central Time, 8:22 a.m. Eastern Time for a docking to the Rassvet module. They are in the process of wrapping up leak checks on their side of the docking interface to Rassvet, and that will set the stage for the opening of the hatch and the greeting by the Expedition 65 crew, along with a welcoming ceremony that will culminate their journey that began with their launch at 3:55 a.m. Central Time this morning, 4:55 Eastern, aboard the Soyuz MS-19 spacecraft from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. Peresильd and Shipенko will begin 12 days of movie making for their movie called Challenge on board the International Space Station, a movie set around Peresild portraying a surgeon who was launched to the space station to conduct an emergency procedure on an ailing crew member. That crew member will be portrayed in the movie by Russian cosmonaut Oleg Novitsky of the Expedition 65 crew.
Station pressure is now 760. Stand by 1.
Прости, я имею в виду камеру.
Moscow station on the SKDS interface field monitoring unit display. The pressure on the station is 712. But you know, the crew using MV on board the station reported that the pressure was 760. So we will use this data. All right, copy 760.
And once you get to the MRM module, please activate the camera as well.
RPV-1 is closed. Stand by 1. Stand by 1. Astrey, stand by 1. Standing by.
Астрей, уточните, вы по какому пункту работаете? 793?
Astrey, what step you're at right now? 793? No, 792. I told you to use to work step 793. Copy. So I did not hear you quite clearly. Sorry. So I am using the pressure reported by the crew, 760. So I am sending 5. Copy. And we'll have to stand by for 1 minute. F5.
Oleg, I see you on the screen. Well, we're basically ready. Oh, I see something is working.
And a good view of Oleg Novitsky in the passageway, the vestibule, if you will, at the Rosviet module.
Understand.
And we are getting close to that hatch opening, as the pressure appears now to be equalized between Rosviet and the Soyuz MS-19. You're looking at the hatch behind which are the 3 new inhabitants of the International Space Station.
So we're going to broadcast it on the big screen now. Okay, got it.
So we are now standing by for hatch opening.
Okay, it's good that we don't speak yet.
S6 is sent after 1 minute. Copy. KVDS OB LED is not illuminated. Copy. Now stand by for the station hatch opening. So they are opening their
ISS MCC Moscow, Space Security. All of you can start opening the hatch from your side. Copy, you're giving me a go to open hatch. Anton, give us a couple of minutes so we can activate the cameras, because the batteries were low and we were waiting until the very last minute, as you told us. Okay, go ahead.
Klym Shiphenko, not the only producer-director at the International Space Station. Quite a bit of documentation being taken on the station side. Oleg Novitsky in the field of view, right at the hatchway, as the MS-19, the Soyuz crew itself, Shkaplerov, Peresild, and Shiphenko, begin work to open up the hatch on their side of the docking interface.
просто обычно борт-инженер сидит внизу, чтобы не летал я, он то, что надо, там, включает, либо смотрит, а мне приходится это делать.
Usually a flight engineer does that, does this part of these actions, so, but I have to do it all.
Все, красавцы. Так.
We are good. Everything is good.
Москва МКС, СГ-2.
MCC Moscow ISS and Station Round 2, go ahead. The camera is on. We are ready to open the hatch. You can go ahead and open the hatch. The Soyuz side hatch is still open. It's still closed. Okay, so we're going to open the hatch and then we're going to exit the view. Okay, yes, that is correct. And then the guys are going to open the hatch from their side and then they're going to float towards the camera, correct? So we need to stay out of the picture in that case. Yes, that is correct. Okay, sounds good.
Oleg Novitsky now about to rotate the hatch handle. That will lead to the opening of the hatch on the Rosviet side of the docking interface.
Tuck it under the rubber band.
Behind the rubber band.
So we're currently waiting for them to
for the station
open.
crew who is opening the hatch on their side.
The Rosviet hatch is open, standing by for the opening of the Soyuz hatch.
Astray, Moscow. Go ahead. The OBSU hatch is open. So open KKT and cover the valves as per page 70 and so the block actions on the page. The valves are being opened. So cover there is being opened. It is open now. Okay, КВД БОСУ is used for pressure equalization for 2 minutes.
Горит у меня S5.
S5 LED.
S3, извиняюсь. S3.
No, correction, S3 is illuminated. So we're standing by for 2 minutes and then I will close KKT valve.
Ждем выравнивания давления.
We're standing by for the pressure equalization.
У меня сейчас давление показывает 800.
One more step in the process to equalize pressure across that hatch interface. And then Anton Shkaplerov will open up the hatch. And the Soyuz MS-19 crew will begin to make their way inside the International Space Station.
Monitor.
Давление будет выровнено, когда в течение 2 минут давление по мановолокометру будет постоянным.
Monitor the pressure equalization. Well, it will be equalized when it will be constant for 2 minutes. Okay, now it is 810. Because on our side it is a little bit higher. Of course, they have 760, which is ideal for habitation.
Alex Peter в СГ-2 для информации. Ребята еще продолжают.
Alex Peter on Space to Ground 2 for your information. The guys from the Soyuz are still working on equalizing pressure.
космонавты.
Какие у вас номера, кстати, космонавтов? Ну, я 111, например. Это легко.
У Пети надо знать, какой он, а дальше вы.
Дальше фильм или ты фильм?
Да. Хороший вопрос.
My number in the cosmonaut corps is 111, and yours can be calculated if we know what number Peter has. It's a good question.
Носки намал белые. Обед.
Russian cosmonaut Pyotr Dubrov with the video camera at the ready, standing by for the final seconds here of pressure equalization across the hatchway before Anton Shkaplerov opens up that hatch to complete today's process of arrival at the International Space Station, allowing himself, Yulia Peresild, the Russian actress, and her producer-director Klim Shiphenko to enter the complex where they will spend the next 12 days movie making.
I think the battery is going to go out again. It just shuts down when the battery goes out. Okay, I will check how much longer it will take to open the hatch. Maybe you can just turn off the camera for the time being. Well, you see, it takes about 2 minutes for the camera to really activate and start working. Okay, copy.
After the pressure equalization and after the BOSU hatch cover opening, please go to page 72.
You can turn it off for now. It will take another 5 minutes.
The pressure now is 7.75. Copy. Острее. Correction, page 72. Before you transition to the station, you will have to perform the actions at the bottom of the page. Put the cap on the cartridge at page 72. And do I have to perform the com asset deactivation? You will have to do it after you're done with the previous action. So you will have to install the cap,
Moscow assistance,
and the BO that it should be capped deactivate MBS, and after that,
Anton, would the flash
you will be
be a
able
problem?
to transition to the station. I'll copy.
Unfortunately, I wouldn't be
copy
able
that
to
first you will
provide
have
my
to
expert
install
opinion
this
on
app,
this specific
deactivate.
subject.
Well, can I do it
Because
right
when
now?
the main character, when the main character is going to be
How can you
going
install a cap right now?
in, floating in, and then the flashes are going to be going off as any
okay, now I understand.
crew members. So
Yes,
if you
it
set up
will be done
high
after the hatch,
sensitivity
hatches
for
are
the
open.
camera, then you can do away
Then
with
once
the
again,
flashes. Well, you see, we didn't take
I'm
the
confused.
camera.
We
didn't take the photo
open
camera.
the hatch first, and we'll do the transition.
Let's,
only after that we deactivate.
So let's ask the guys not
everything.
to use the flash. Okay, we'll try to do that. All right, thank you very much.
Once again. Now, we will equalize the pressure up to 760. Then the hatch will be open. Then we will enter the station one by one. And then, so should we go to SM for the press conference? Before you fully open the hatch cover, you will have to perform all actions at the bottom of the page. Put the cap on, deactivate MBS, com assets, and after that you will transition to the station. What about com assets? And only after that, com assets should be deactivated. No, actually, by com assets we understand it's MBS only. Well, I'm confused even more now. Okay, so let us try to figure it out. So the KBO-SU cap first. It is in the container number 7, and I have located it already, this cap. Okay, so it has thread here. So I will be able to install it only after the hatch is open, correct? Yes, that's right. So there are two options here, actually. You can open the hatch, transition to the station, but then go back. And please don't forget, after that, perform all the actions at the bottom of the page, and then you can go back to the station. All right. So could you please tell me how we do this procedure on the station? So the video conference will be from a service module, correct? Yes, you will have a conference from service module. And after the conference, I can go back and ask you again, so that you remind me of all the actions so that I don't forget the order. Okay, so I'm interested in where. All right. You can ask Oleg. Okay, all caps should be in container number 7. All right, container number 7. Yes, I have located it. So, Astrid, could you please give the reading, the pressure reading? It's 762 on MV. Copy 762. Astrid. Now perform the actions on page 71, opening the KBO-SU page cover. It's step 8.1.
2 for Peter. Peter, you can activate the camera copy.
8.1. Hatch cover opening. Sounds good in work. Okay, so the tool is inserted and about 6 of 7 rotations are performed.
The camera is on. Copy. Copy. The crew members of the Soyuz are opening the hatch.
And with the leak checks and the pressurization checks now having been successfully completed, we're standing by for the opening of the hatch by the Soyuz crew. It should swing open momentarily.
Okay, so release until hard stop and then turn along the arrow. Okay, open the cover, maximum. Yes, we can see you. Leave the phone there, so they will be filming the whole ceremony. Okay, yes, we're leaving them here for a while.
And the Soyuz hatch now open at 10 a.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, as the International Space Station flew 260 miles over the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay, one by one, take turns. Yulia, bend a little. Bend your head. Moscow, Astray, we have opened the also hatch and we are translating into the station. How copy? We copy all.
First in, Soyuz Commander Anton Shkaplerov. Russian actress Yulia Peresильd. And her producer-director, Klym Shiphenko. Ten people on board the International Space Station now as the crew makes its way into the Zvezda service module for a welcoming ceremony. So a little more than 6 hours after they launched from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, the Soyuz MS-19 crew is now on board the International Space Station. Cameras now will be set up in the Zvezda service module for the welcoming ceremony.
СУП Москвы в канале СГ-1 для Олега.
ISS MCC Moscow and Space to Ground 1 for Oleg and Peter. You can activate the SM camera. MCC Moscow ISS and Space to Ground 2. Go ahead and Space to Ground 2. You can activate the camera from the service module, and we're going to perform the PAO event on Space to Ground 1. Copy. I'm going to translate to...
and the view now inside the Zvezda service module.
DSM. We see the video.
The Soyuz MS crew in the foreground, Yulia Peresild in the red flight suit, Anton Shkaplerov in the center, front and center, and Klim Shipenko.
Moscow SS and Space to Ground 1. Go ahead and Space to Ground 1. So I'm going to give them all headsets. Okay, copy, guys. I see you very well. Congratulations on the arrival, and I'm going to give the mic to the balcony. MCC Moscow ISS on Space to Ground 1.
Отвечаем СГ-1.
Go ahead and Space to Ground 1. I read you loud and clear. Hello? We're ready. The ISS crew members are ready for the conference. Copy, guys. We're going to give the mic to the balcony.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, we can copy you. Hi, everybody. Good day. Anton, congratulations to the entire MS-19 crew and personally you as a crew commander on the successful arrival on board the International Space Station and the beginning of your globally important mission. I wish you to achieve all the goals of this mission and of course happy and safe return, and most of all, please stay healthy. And I congratulate the ISS crew on the arrival of new additions. Thank you. Thank you. Yulia Sergeyevna, greetings to you. This is your personal president. Here, with our backup crew, the entire backup crew greets you on board the space station as a member of Increment 65. Lisa, and everybody, I love you all. We made it here, and Galina, hi. The entire fund and all our colleagues, we all couldn't work. Everything was paralyzed except for watching your arrival to the station. But anyway, everything is nominal on the ground too. We're doing well. We are so proud of you all. Please have successful mission. Hugs, kisses, and lots of images. So beautiful and so gorgeous. Hello, Yulia. This is Petushkova, and your city, Pskov, is together with you. It was extremely emotional for everyone, from sadness to happiness. And I'm used to the fact that we usually have some distance between us, but now it's space and Earth. That's really impressive. Yulia, we love you. We love your entire team. We are very proud of you. Now I know what to wish to the cosmonauts. Everything should go nominal. That's our best wish. And we want all your dreams to come true, and we'll be waiting for you back here on Earth. I love you all, and my best wishes and regards to my beloved city of Pskov. Hello, Yulia, Anton, Klim. This is Channel 1. From Mission Control Moscow, we are following your mission. Of course, we were knocking on wood together with everybody else. Congratulations on your successful arrival on orbit. We have very little time. We want to thank MCC Moscow for this opportunity. Please share some of your feelings and impressions. What happened? What did you experience over those 3.5 hours? How did you manage, if I may ask, and what are your nearest plans? Everything was new to us today. Every 30 seconds brought something entirely new. And we just met the rest of the crew, the cosmonauts and astronauts who've been living on board the station for some time now. But I'm still in a dream. I still feel that it's all just a dream and I'm asleep. Yes, it is almost impossible to believe that this actually all came to reality. I also feel like I'm still dreaming. Well, in all senses, it was incredible. It was hard, but it was great to arrive on board the station. We were met by friends, and now we'll have to learn what to do next now. So our feelings, like actually 5 minutes ago we floated in, so there isn't much I can say yet. But I actually love this fastest arrival. It was actually quite fast. Well, we had a small delay, but thank you, MCC Moscow, Vladimir Alexeyevich Solovyov. Thank you, who taught us how to make decisions on our own. Everything went just fine. We managed. And now we are looking forward to our work on orbit. Now, how do you think your guys managed? That was their first challenge. Could you please repeat the question? So, that was Yulia's and Klim's first challenge. How did they manage? Exactly as it was supposed to be. They helped. They knew what to do. And they were using tablets. And they were aware of the situation. So everything was done exactly the way it was required by their training. So they did a great job. Okay, thank you. And one more thing. Best regards from your family, of course, from Tanya and your daughters. They could not be available for this video conference, but now they left Baikonur and also your classmates send in their hellos and their support. Thank you, Andrei. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon. This concludes our video conference. One more time, congratulations on your successful arrival, and thank you all, the entire ISS crew member, for arranging for this video conference. Now, guys, enjoy yourselves. Have some rest.
This is Mission Control Houston. The orbital outpost turns into a high-flying movie set for the next 12 days as Yulia Peresильd, Klim Shippenko, Anton Shkaplerov now on board the complex, receiving some initial briefing words from Oleg Novitsky, the Russian cosmonaut, as they look at their timeline for upcoming activities that will include a routine safety briefing that is standard staple operations for all new arrivals on board the International Space Station. In the congratulatory calls, there was one for Peresильd from Valentina Tereshkova from the Russian Mission Control Center. Tereshkova, the first woman to fly in space back in 1963. Peresильd and Shippenko will spend the next 12 days filming elements of a movie called Challenge, in which she portrays a surgeon flown to the space station to perform an emergency procedure on an alien crew member that will be portrayed in the movie by Oleg Novitsky, the Russian cosmonaut, who they will return to Earth with aboard the Soyuz MS-18 on October 17th, Kazakhstan time, for a parachute-assisted landing on the steppe of that country. So to recap the launch of Russian actress Yulia Peresильd, her producer-director Klim Shippenko, and veteran Russian cosmonaut Anton Shkaplerov occurred at 3:55 a.m. Central Time, 4:55 a.m. Eastern Time. The Soyuz MS-19 reaching orbit less than 9 minutes later on a two-orbit rendezvous that resulted in a docking to the Rassvet module of the International Space Station at 7:22 a.m. Central, 8:22 a.m. Eastern Time. After working leak checks and the equalization of pressure across the docking interface, the hatch to the Soyuz spacecraft opened at 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and you just saw the welcoming ceremony where they received congratulatory calls from officials and dignitaries at the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov outside of Moscow. So with that, let's close our coverage for today with a couple of programming notes. Next up, one of the big ticket items will be the SpaceX Crew Dragon launch for Crew 3 to the International Space Station, with that launch date set for October 30th. The Crew 3 crew, NASA astronauts Raja Chari, the Crew Dragon commander, the pilot Tom Marshburn, Matthias Maurer of the European Space Agency, and NASA astronaut Kayla Barron. There will be a mission overview news conference here at the Johnson Space Center tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern Time, 12 noon Central Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on NASA television. The following day, on Thursday, October 7th, the 4 crew members will conduct a news conference here at the Johnson Space Center at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, to talk about their upcoming launch from the Kennedy Space Center, again scheduled for October 30th. So you'll want to tune in for the mission overview briefing tomorrow and the crew news conference on Thursday. With that, we'll wrap up our coverage. We appreciate your time and attention today, and thanks for joining us. 3 new crew members on board the International Space Station, including a Russian actress and her producer-director, as the International Space Station plays host to the filming of a movie called Challenge for the next 12 days. With that, we'll close our coverage. Thanks for watching throughout the course of the morning. This is Mission Control Houston.